Hey there everyone, thanks for tuning in. Today I will be doing a CGC comic book haul video that I have never really done before. I guess I've done one in the past where I compared the new slabs to the old slabs, and for that haul, that was quite a while ago. That was when the new slabs just came out, and the books I'm going to be showing off in this video I've been collecting for the last few months, either from eBay buys or trades or personally sending them in through CGC or comic shops and signings and what have you. But, this will kind of be my December haul, even though these books will probably range from the last few months. But let's go ahead and take a look at all the books I've received. So here we have a Thor God of Thunder blank variant signed by Stan Lee and Chris Hemsworth. And it is also given a beautiful sketch commissioned by Alex Kotkin. Derek at Anastasia's Collectibles here in Southern California did a fantastic job with helping me get the Stan Lee signature, the Alex Kotkin sketch, and I was able to score the Chris Hemsworth signature for a really great deal on eBay. So I got this book already signed and graded by Chris Hemsworth on eBay. Got a really good deal. I was watching that, and when I went to get it signed by Stan Lee, Derek offered to help me get the commission done, and this was the result, and it is absolutely fantastic. I love it. And they threw on the Stan Lee label on here as well. As you can see, it is the new label, and there it says signed and sketched by Alex Kotkin, signed by Chris Hemsworth, and signed by Stan Lee. So this is one of my absolute favorite commissions. A great job on that. Nothing on the back, just a blank. Here we have another eBay buy. This is Superman number 197, the 80-page giant. And as you can see, there's just the different, professions of Superman or Clark Kent. We have him as a caveman Clark Kent, firefighter Clark Kent. What is that? Al Capone meets Clark Kent. And then the robot Clark Kent. So just showing all the different professions he can do. And this book is from 1967, written by Kurt Swan and George Klein. And on the back, not much, just the advertisement. Here we have again with the old label, A Mystery in Space, number 89. This one is from 1964. I've been having pretty good luck on some of these older comics, and I'm a big Hawkman fan, even though I like to say I've never read, or actually I haven't read that many Hawkman books, but for some reason he's just always been my favorite character, him and Hawkgirl as well. But for some reason I just always like these characters. There's a close-up on the cover as well. And this is a graded 4.0 by Gardner Fox, and the multiple artists there. Here we have an Action Comics number 230 from 1957, graded 3.5. Superman coming down on his parachute because it seems he has lost his powers. Look, Superman's fallen off that skyscraper and he has to use a parachute to save himself. In this issue, Superman loses his powers. Love these covers. I'm a big Superman fan. If you haven't noticed, I have this amazing commission by Neil Adams. I got it at San Diego. I do have the full video of him sketching. Here we have some more, collection of the Super Friends. This is Adventure Comics 364 from 1968. We see Superman and all the super animals on the page fighting. This is also the Legion of Super Pets appearance, graded at 8.0 from 1968. Here we have another Stan Lee signed book. This is Journey into Mystery 125 from 1966, graded 7.0 in the new case. I did not get the Stan Lee label. I actually forgot to request that, but it's no big deal. Maybe later on I can add that on. So this book has a Hercules appearance, and this is actually the last issue in the Journey into Mystery title, and the next issue begins with just Thor 126. I think this is a great cover, just classic Thor charging at the Immortals, as it says when meet the Immortals. Pretty good book. I was really happy with it. I actually had this already graded 7.0 without any signature. So I was kind of worried that it wouldn't maintain it, but it did. So I'm happy to see that. Here we have a commission by Scott Blair. If you follow me on Twitter or Facebook or anywhere, you would know I'm a big fan of Scott Blair's work, and I always have him do 1 or 2 commissions either at WonderCon or San Diego Comic-Con. This one is a Deadpool #1 blank, signed and sketched by Scott Blair, and then signed by Rob Liefeld at San Diego Comic-Con, where I picked up the book, graded 9.8 in the new case. If you don't understand the cover, try to take a guess at what it's from. Obviously it's from the new Deadpool movie, but there's a scene at the end, or a quick line that he says, tell Beast to stop shitting on my lawn. So there we have Deadpool getting mad, sticking his head out the window, and Beast, the Kelsey Grammer version, because that is my favorite version of the few we've seen on film, supposedly taking a shit on his lawn, excitedly, or getting the stunned look when he here's Deadpool coming out. So I just love it, and it's something unique that I really don't think anyone else would think of creating a commission for, or let alone an actual cover. But it's something fun to have, and signed by Rob. He loved it too, so that was great to see. Here we have another book signed by Rob, also signed at San Diego Comic-Con. This is the Deadpool #34 3D variant. Came back as a 9.6. There was a little ding in the spine, which I was a little upset about. And you can see this is a Sabretooth and Alpha Flight appearance. Luke Cage and Iron Fist have cameos, and it's the 3D lenticular cover. So maybe if I move the camera, I don't know if that'll work. Yeah, there we go, if you can see that. Doing his little dance moves, sitting, standing, and then if we can get to the other side somewhere, maybe if I move the book around, you'll be able to see the other. There's one more position he has on the third. There we go. So just going back and forth, it's a fun cover. Finally had it signed by Rob as well. Here we have an Amazing Spider-Man #39. This is a Norman Osborn revealed as Green Goblin, and first John Romita Spider-Man in the title. I do have ASM 40 as well, signed by Stan. That one was a little heartbreaking because I made a foolish mistake of not checking the back cover, and unfortunately there were a bunch of water stains, and that came back as a 3.0. This one I am happy with, 4.5. I can't afford something too high of a grade, but I absolutely love the covers for ASM 39 and 40, and had Stan Lee sign it as well. As you see, this came back 4.5. Stan Lee's story, John Romita and Mike Esposito art, and then the Romita cover. I'm hoping to add John Romita to these covers, or to these issues as well. That would be a really great addition to make these stand out even more. And this one is from 1966 as well. Here we have Marvel's Superhero Secret Wars #8 from 1984. This is the origin of the alien symbiote that eventually becomes Venom. As we all know, there's been that debate whether Secret Wars 8 or ASM 252 is the first appearance of the black suit, which I just sent off ASM 252, which was signed by Stan Lee. This one I had it signed by John Beatty, Jim Shooter, and Mike Zeck, thanks to the wonderful folks at Heroes Haven in Florida. I actually had this already graded at a 9.2, sent it in to be signed by all three, and I had them press it. So it went from a 9.2 to a 9.6 in the new case. And there you can see the signatures, and this is another fantastic cover. Another great piece of history to own. I've been debating if I want Stan Lee to sign this as well. I know for me it's kind of a debate whether Stan had worked on titles or not, or even just the creation of a character. But I have ASM 252, so that'll be a good pair. One of my absolute favorite and just jaw-dropping books. It is a Justice League #1 blank, signed and sketched by Jim Lee. Now the sketch is just the Superman logo, but for any of you that do know me, you know how big of a fan I am of Jim Lee. He has to be my absolute #1 favorite artist of all time. I've met him a few times over the years. Absolutely great guy to meet. He loves the fans. He loves signing and loves seeing his work all around. And it's been an absolute dream of mine to have a sketch by him. Now, this is a sketch. This isn't a sketch. It can be debatable. But hey, the CGC label says it's a sketch. This is a sketch, it really is a sketch, so I'm super happy to have it. Came back in the 9.8 label. Actually, it didn't come back because I actually got this on eBay. I was watching an auction and scored it for a great deal. So I'm hoping to have another artist put some wonderful artwork on it to make it even better than it is, which I don't know how much better it can be with the Jim Lee sketch, but you know, I'll find a good artist that I like to add something nice to it and make it stand out even more. And last but not least, I have an Action Comics 472 from 1977, graded 9.6. We see Faora facing off with Superman, kicking him in the face. This one notes that is the Phantom Zone villain's appearance with a Steve Lombard backup story and Bruce Wayne cameo. Now, what it actually doesn't state for some reason is that this is the first, or one of the first appearances of Faora. In Action 471, I believe, we just kind of see the phantom-ish image of the Phantom Zone villains. So I guess this would be the first full appearance of Faora, but it's not mentioned, but it's no big deal. I know it is. We all know it is. Maybe one day I'll have CGC add that to the label. But it's another great cover. Faora is one of my favorite villains. She is definitely underappreciated and underrepresented. I'm glad she was given a good role in Man of Steel, but you know, it's nice to have her comic as well. So that's all we have for the comic haul today. I'll try to do more comic hauls. You know, I don't collect too many CGC books anymore. I actually don't have time to collect many of them anymore, just due to my school schedule and work and internships and the tighter budget now with my school. But whenever I do, I'll be sure to get those videos up and running. And thank you again for tuning in. Stay tuned for my next video review.